All right, first off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKakodash. That's all honor and glory to the Most High God through his Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, and of course the Holy Spirit, right? Back at it again with another Shabbat class. This one is entitled Fear the Most High, right? Everything that we do, everything that we're going to do, our endurance, our faith, right? Our walk, everything is tied to us fearing the Most High, right? So I'm going to kick it off with an opening precept and go to the book of Psalms, right? Right. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 96 and verse 4. And it reads, "For the Most High is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods." Right. So the Most High is to be feared above all gods. Right. And the thing about fearing the Most High is something that has to actually be taught to us. A lot of us don't know to fear the Most High. A lot of us are not taught to fear the Most High. Right. We come up in a belief and an understanding that the Lord is all understanding, that the Lord is all love, that the Lord is all mercy, that the Lord is all grace, man. And the Lord is not all mercy. He's not all love. He's not all grace, right? But the Lord is this. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. "A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight." So a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, and a just weight is his delight. So if he's gracious and merciful, just as much as he's gracious and merciful, is he vengeful, man, and angry and wrathful, right? Let's get this in the book of Deuteronomy, right? Chapter 30, I believe it is. Right, we got to learn to fear the Lord. Like I said, we didn't grow up believing we had to actually fear the Lord, right? We grew up believing, oh, the Lord is all loving, right? It's okay. You don't have to worry about fearing the Lord. It'll be all right, right? The Lord didn't say that, man, right? This is let's see. Swords. Let me see. Bear with me. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, right? And verse number 39. "See now that I, even I, am he," talking about this is the Most High speaking, "and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." And that's plain upon tables, man. Right? The Lord says that he kills, that he wounds, that he makes alive, man. It says, "For I lift up my hand to heaven, and I say I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword, and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies, and will reward them that hate me." Right? And if you don't fear the Lord, hey, you hate him, because you're not going to do the things that he asks you to do, man. And if you don't do the things the Lord asks you to do, then ultimately you hate him, man. Right? Those that fear the Lord, let's go to the classic precept in the book of Sirach. Right? Like I said, it's okay if you don't have the true fear of the Lord. Hey, I pray for the Lord to increase my fear every day, man. Every day I'm praying to the Lord to increase my fear, right? Because through fearing the Lord, man, hey, that's how you're going to obtain mercy from the Lord, because you're going to walk in an upright manner, man, right? Sister, if you have a question, you can send it to the email. This is a Sabbath server class, or you can come out to camp, right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 15. "They that fear the Most High will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Most High will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law." And that's pretty plain upon tables, man. Right? I'm going to read it one more time. It says, "They that fear the Most High will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways." Right? That's plain. So if you love the Lord and you fear the Most High, you're not going to disobey his word. Same way as if you have a father and you're a child, and your father says, hey, when you come home, when you come home from school every day, I want that room to be clean. I want those dishes to be washed before you go outside. And if you fear your father, when you get out of school, you're going to come home, you're going to clean that room, and you're going to wash those dishes before you go outside, right? And if you love him, you're going to do the things that are well-pleasing unto him, right? You know the things that please your father, and you're going to do those things. So if you love the Most High, you're going to seek out the things that are well-pleasing unto him, right? And they shouldn't feel grievous to you, right? Come on, sister, just, send an email. I'll definitely answer your question, sister. This is just not the time for it, right? Let's get into the precept. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 28. And it says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So when you don't fear the Lord and you don't want to attain him in your knowledge, he will give you over to a reprobate mind. Reprobate literally means you're void of the fear of the Most High. You don't attain the fear of the Most High, man. You don't actually feel that you need to fear the Lord, man. Right? You don't believe that he's going to do anything to you, man. Right? But those that love the Lord, hey, they seek and they fear him continuously. And they know he's a fearful God, man. They know it's a fear. Let's get this. The book of Romans. Let's just go to it. I'm not Romans, like Hebrews. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 31. And it says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So it's a very fearful thing to fall in his hands, man. The Lord can bring down swift judgment upon you, right? And that's not the only reason why you should fear the Lord. It's definitely a reason, but not the only reason why you should fear the Lord. Not just to fear his judgments. You should fear the Lord because in fearing him, you attain wisdom, right? Let's get this one more on if you don't fear the Lord. Let's go to Matthew. Classic precept, right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse number 28. And it says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Man. So don't just fear, hey, man, a lot of times people are scared of what men are going to do. And they're scared of the judgments men are going to bring upon them. And they're scared of the judgments of their family, their friends, all kind of other people. But they don't fear the judgment the Lord is going to bring upon them if they don't actually fear the Lord. If they don't actually walk in the ways that are pleasing to him, man. Right? That if you don't actually keep his law, man. Right? And have faith in him. These things are the things that have you literally destroyed. Right? Mentally destroyed too, man. Because the Lord, he'll bug you out if you don't truly fear him. Your mind will be going off. You'll have wayward thoughts. You'll be given over into diverse lusts, right? And all kind of lasciviousness and all kind of other things, man. All because of what? You don't fear the Most High, right? It's a very important thing. Let's get an account, right? This is one of I always go to this account, right? It's the book of the history of Susanna, right? And I'm going to read it from the top. And it says, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Jehoiakim, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chalcius, a very fair woman, and one that feared the Most High. So this woman feared the Most High, right? Let's read on about it. Let's jump down to verse number 20. Now, recap on the story. She was a fair woman, meaning she was beautiful. And you had these two wicked elders that wanted to lay with her, but she was a married woman. So she said, no, I will do no such a thing, right? Let's read on and see what happens. I'm going to jump down to verse number 18. And they did as she bade them and shut the garden doors and went out themselves privy to the doors to fetch the things that she commanded them. But they saw not the elders because they were hid. Now when the maids were gone forth, to the elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us. And we are in love with thee. Therefore consent unto us and lie with us. If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy handmaids from thee. So they're saying, if you don't lay with us, right, we're going to testify and say what? That you were committing adultery with some young man, right? Which we understand, according to the law, adultery means death for the adulterer and the adulteress, right? Reading on. And it says what? Verse 22. Then Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands. It is better for me to fall into your hands and do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord. So she's saying, hey, I'd rather fall into your hands and allow you to go back and say that I did something I didn't do and I die, rather than me to sin against the Most High and fall into his hands, man. So she greatly feared the Lord, man. Right? She didn't say, damn, I'm gonna be put to death. If I don't lay with these two elders, they're gonna go back and say I had adultery and I'm gonna be put to death. Although nobody would know if I laid with these elders. Right? She didn't care about that. She cared about what the Lord saw. She cared about what how the Lord was gonna bring down judgment upon her. Right? And that's wisdom. That's knowledge. That's understanding that the Lord can cut off your soul and that the Lord gives you righteousness, man. Right? Hey, just because that if you die in this life doesn't mean that you're ultimately dead, man. Right? Let's get this real quick. In Wisdom of Solomon. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Right? Matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse I'll start at chapter 3. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. Right? So some people would think, okay, well, if she chooses this route, and she gets put to death by allowing them to say that she laid with a young man and committed adultery against her husband, right? That she's gonna die. Hey, but the Lord is saying that she'll be at peace because she's righteous. And it says what? And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are at peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. Right? So that was Susanna being proved by the Most High, proving that she actually fears the Most High, proving that she actually loves the Most High. And she attained completely to Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. She didn't fear them that can kill the body. She feared him that can kill the body and cut off the soul, man. And that's who you have to fear, right? You have to have this fear. And this fear does many things for you, man, right? Let's go to the book of 1 Chronicles 16 and 25. Right? It's the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 16 and verse 25. For great is the Most High and greatly to be praised. He also is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the people are idols, but the Most High made the heavens, man. So we have to understand that. All the other gods are idols, but the Most High, he made the heavens. He's the one to fear, man. Right? Let's go to Proverbs. Right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 26. In the fear of the Most High is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge, man. That's plain. Right? That's what happened to Susanna, man. Right? If we read on her story, hey, she got a place of refuge. Right? So the fear of the Most High is strong confidence, and his children have a place of refuge. Those that fear the Most High, hey, you have a place of refuge. When all hell breaks loose, right? You have a place of refuge, man. When you're going through things, hey, you have a place of refuge, man. No matter what's going on around you, if you fear the Most High, you have a place of refuge, man. That's something to always remember, right? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. right? It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 24. And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes to fear the Most High our power for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is this day. Right? So he commanded us to fear him and to do his commandments that he may preserve us alive. Right? That's literally talking about that refuge again. The Lord is going to preserve you. Right? When all hell is breaking loose, and you're in a place of refuge, you're being preserved, you're being saved from the destruction, right? So when you fear the Most High and do his commandments, right, you're being preserved alive, man, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy. Stay in Deuteronomy. Let's see. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 29. Oh, that there were such an heart in them that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well. So, let me read it again. Oh, that there was such an heart in them that they would fear me, talking about the Israelites, and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. So if we fear the Lord, right, and our heart is with the Lord, it says it'll be well with us forever, right? Once again, lining up with the refuge, right? Lining up with him being that tower, right? Lining up with him being our defense, lining up with him being everything that we need him to be and more, man. Right? Let's go to Proverbs. Right? And we got to pray for this. Like I said, we didn't grow up understanding these things. We didn't grow up knowing these things. Right? We've grown up where Christianity has literally destroyed our mind, making us believe that the Lord is all gracious and all merciful, man. And that's just not true. We already read that's a false balance. We already read that the Lord says he kill and he make alive, man. Right? So there is no just, the Lord is just all merciful. He's all gracious. You can just do what you want to do. You shouldn't fear him. There's no wisdom in not fearing the Lord. Right? You don't get wisdom from that. Now we're gonna get a couple precepts on that. Let me get this first. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Most High is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and a forward mouth do I hate. Right? And that's the fear of the Most High, is to hate these things. The fear of the Most High is going to have you to depart from these things. Right? It says, I'm going to read it one more time because it goes into what I was talking about that reprobate mind. Right? The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Most High is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, the evil way, and a forward mouth do I hate. Right? Literally going into, right, if you don't fear the Most High, and you'll have that pride, and you'll have that arrogancy, and you'll have that evil way, right? But if you fear the Lord, and you'll obtain glorious and broad and wide things, man. You'll have a place of refuge, a safe haven, right? You'll have all kind of things that the Lord has aligned for you, right? Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Right? It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man heart discerneth both time and judgment. Right? I'm going to jump down to verse 13. But, matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully setting them to do evil. Just because we're not killed immediately, just because we don't see the judgment we think we should see immediately from the Lord, it's kind of setting us to keep doing the same shit, right? Hey, the Lord say don't eat pork, but we keep eating pork, and we well, I've been eating pork and I ain't died. Well, brother, when you end up with diabetes, or you end up with hypertension, high cholesterol, or have a damn heart attack, that's the judgment of the Lord, man. Reading on, it says what? Because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully setting them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it will be well with them that fear the Most High. Right? So those that, hey, it'll be well with those that fear the Lord, man. Right? And it says what? Reading on. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. Man. So, hey, you have to fear the Lord, man. And the fear of the Lord is going to keep you alive. It's going to be well with you for fearing the Lord, man. And like I said, this is something we got to continuously be throwing up prayers to the Most High, asking the Most High continuously to grow our fear for him, man. That's going to keep us out of the evil way. When those wicked spirits hop on us, man, and have you wanting to go off, have you wanting to say wicked things, have you wanting to go back and react the way you used to react in the world when something happens. When you have fear for the Lord, you think about, damn, if I do that, man, the Lord gonna, man, I don't know what the Lord gonna do to me if I do that. You'll have that type of thought. And when you have that type of thought, it's gonna make you correct yourself. It may not be immediate, right? And you may kind of go off on your brother, right? You may kind of go off, curse him out, right? And have hate for him in your heart in that moment. And then you kind of, when you riding home, you start to think about like, damn, man, the Lord could judge me for this, man. I'm going off. Next thing you know, you pick up the phone and you call your brother and you say, hey, Salakia, King, I may have offended you, right? That's what the fear does. It'll correct you. You'll correct yourself. Or if somebody brings it to your attention, hey, you going off, hey, you being wicked. Hey, when you had that fear for the Lord, hey, it kind of just, boom, puts you back in your place. Boom, corrects your mind, man, right? Let me give one more precept and I'm going to pass it, right? Let's go to the book of Job. Well, let me get two more, right? Right, real quick. The book of Job, this is a classic as well. Salakia. It's the book of Job, chapter 1, right? In verse 8, and it says, and the Most High said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, perfect and an upright man, and one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil. What? When you fear the Most High, you eschew evil. Hey, meaning what? Hey, you stay the hell away from evil. You stay the hell away from wickedness, man. Right? That's what you do when you actually fear the Lord. Right? Let's get Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 21, and verse. No. Psalms chapter 25, and verse number 12. What man is he that feareth the Most High? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose, man. Right? So when you fear the Most High, this is the way the Lord is gonna teach you, man. You're gonna understand things. You're gonna get wisdom. You're gonna know things. Right? Let me get one more. Shalak. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 112 and verse 1. Praise ye the Most High. Blessed is the man that feareth the Most High, that delighteth greatly in his commandments. Blessed is the man that feareth the Most High and desire greatly his commandments, man. So this is something that we should be doing continuously, man. Praying to the Lord, asking for him to increase our fear, making sure that we continue to actually fear the Lord in these last days, man. And with that, I'm going to pass it.
All right, I'm going to go to Sirach 19 and verse 18, since we're going to the fear of the Lord. It says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. So I'm pretty sure, let me look up, because we got the scribe going. Nah, the brother didn't bring that out. But all right, but we know the fear of the Lord, just like it talks in Sirach 1, is damn near hand in hand with wisdom. Because if you have the true wisdom of the Lord, you'll properly know how to serve the Lord and that fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? When it says the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him, it's saying that you gotta obtain that wisdom, you gotta obtain that understanding how to properly serve and love the Lord, right? Reading on verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. Kind of going into what it's already talking about in what is it, Revelation 22 and 14. You know, you do the commandments, you're gonna end up receiving the kingdom, get that tree of life, that fruit of immortality, right? Uh verse 20, reading on. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom. Like I was just saying, that's kind of going into what it was talking about in Sirach 1. And in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. Because we know that, the Lord is before all things, he the ancient of days, he created all things, and basically we wouldn't be, you know, spit, for lack of better words, without him, right? But let me grab something else real quick. It's book of Proverbs 2 from the top. It says, and it's going into the same thing basically. It says, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so getting the true wisdom of the Lord, right? So that thou incline thine ear to wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding. So we know the heart would be the mind. So you got to apply your mind to understanding of the true wisdom of the Lord, right? Verse 3. Yeah, if thou criest after knowledge and lifteth up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear and find the knowledge of God. So we got to diligently seek out this word and actively try to figure out how we're supposed to serve him. We got to stay within the parameters of this book though, and not with our own vain opinion, our own vain heart, right? Because that's telling you to get the fear of the Lord. How you gonna understand how to properly fear and love the Lord, right? Let me get one chapter earlier. It's Proverbs 1 and verse 7. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction, right? So that's the beginning of true knowledge, not this worldly knowledge, not these things that you learn in your school and your upbringing from K through 12 or all the way up through college. The true knowledge that's gonna make you wiser than anything would be the knowledge of the Lord. But once you get that knowledge, that's how again you obtain the true fear of the Lord, right? Because it's through this, you're gonna understand like how to move through life, how to maneuver. What's his judgments? Like, dang, I do I really want to put myself in this situation? I need to move wisely, right? Let me get another one. Basically saying the same thing, but I mean that's how we get the understanding of this Bible, precept upon precept, right? So Psalm 111 and 10 says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. So again, what I'm saying, the fear of the Lord is what's going to give you that true wisdom. But you show forth that by way of your actions, by way of your obedience. Show the Lord that you actually give a damn and you're going to try to properly serve him the way that he done asked you to serve him, right? That's showing true fear, just like you would with your biological father or parents or whatnot. Same thing. I'm gonna grab one more and I'll pass it. Sirach 2. So Sirach 2 and verse number 15, it says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. Because like I said again, it's all in obedience, right? So again, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. And that's what it comes down to. Like a lot of people are very prideful, and what it say, pride go before destruction, right? But we gotta humble ourselves in the of the Most High, our Creator, you know what I'm saying, and really show forth that we love Him, doing which is what is well pleasing unto Him, being obedience in all things, right? But with that, you got it, Potter.
Khan, right? Shalom, family, shalom. Right, right. I'm gonna get a situation where the fear of the Lord could have been applied, man, and it could have saved the brother from a sin, man. Right? This is the book of First Samuel, chapter 28, and verse 5. And it reads, all right, and when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly troubled. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dream, nor by Urim, nor by prophet. Then said Saul unto the servants, seek me a woman that have a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said unto him, behold, there is a woman that have a familiar spirit at Endor. Right? So, hey, Saul, he seen the nations, man. He seen how great and valiant they were, rising up trying to slay him, man. And he tried to inquire of the Lord, man, but the Lord wouldn't hear him, man. Right? So instead of trying to figure out why the Lord wasn't hearing, instead of self-examining, trying to get himself right, he panicked. He not even panicked. He chose to find another way, man. Right? You can't. You're supposed to do everything you can to serve the Lord and to be obedient to the Lord, right? But you're not supposed to do it wickedly, man. Right? Saul, he's trying to find a way to talk to the Most High God, man. So now he tried to doing it the righteous way. He didn't do everything he could have done righteously, right? But now he's trying to try to do it a wicked way, man. Well, I know a familiar spirit. I know the lady who has a familiar spirit. She's able to call people from the grave so she can talk to them. Let's do that, and let's see one of the prophets of old will talk to me. That's off, man. Instead of saying, "Hey, you know, what I'm saying the Lord's not answering me by prayer. He's not giving word to me by the prophets or the Urim. You know, maybe something's wrong with my spirit, right? The fear of the Lord would have had him questioning these things, man. The fear of the Lord would have had him examining himself, man. Right? That's why it's important, man, for us to understand that what. Let me get this in Job. This is Job chapter 28 and verse Salaki. I'm at 29. There we go. Job chapter 28 and verse 28, 28 and 28. And he says, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding, man. Hey, so he didn't have the wisdom or understanding, man. This is a part right here where he's not exercised wisdom nor understanding of the scriptures, man. Instead of departing from that evil, he went towards it, man, headlong, man. Hey, instead of practicing the fear of the Lord, right? What he do? Hey, he kind of just did whatever the hell he wanted to do, man. And that's what we do on a daily basis, man. Right? You pay attention to people of the earth, people of the land, how the people in America, Babylon, China, wherever you are, man, they don't fear the Lord, man. They don't think about the things that they do. They just do it, man, and expect you to be okay with however they want to move, man. You got freaks of the night going out there, men trying to transform themselves into women. You got them. You got parents teaching their children, if you a boy, that you can be a woman, giving a child a choice of free gender, right? All of this stuff is not showing fear of the Lord at all, man. Right? They're not thinking that they're going to be judged for their actions, man. That there is a judge for a judger, man. Salaki, let me get this precept real quick. I ain't got my apocrypha, so I'm gonna have to use the internet to get it. Salaki, give me a second, man. Where is that? That's in Wisdom of Solomon. Solomon. Salaki family. Salaki, give me a second. Wisdom of Solomon, the the 3rd chapter. Right. Okay, no, it's the 2nd chapter. Right. It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, right? In verse I'm gonna start at verse 1, man. It says what? For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, be not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born to all adventures, and we shall be hereafter as though we have never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our hearts, man. Hey, so he's saying that what his life is as smoke, man. Right? That he's not gonna have to be here again, man. He said there's nobody that came from the grave, right? There's I can do whatever I want to, man. My heart is open to all adventures of life, man. Right? Hey, they believe their life is short and tedious, man. And there's no remedy to death, but that's not so, man. And the Lord's the remedy to death, man. And the Lord is going to be the one that continues on, man. Right? The ungodly think that way, and they love to think that way, man. Right? Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. What is it? Verse 3, right? Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. They don't know that the Lord, he's writing down your works, man. Writing them down, have an angel putting it in his records, man. Hey, the Lord can just have it down in his mind. He know what you're doing, man. Right? And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud and shall be dispersed as a mist, man. They don't think that they're going to be judged for their actions, man. They don't think that the Lord is recording them once again, right? But the fear of the Lord is going to make you double check. It's going to make you not just triple take, but quadruple take. You're going to constantly be watching your steps, man. Well, shoot, should I say this? I might sin when I say this. Hey, should I go into this spot? I might sin with my eyes if I go into this place, man. Hey, should I speak this out here, man? You're gonna be hesitant on what you're saying and what you're doing, man. I ain't gonna keep on. I'm gonna pass it to the next brother, man.
We go to the book of Judah, chapter 8. Right. So, book of Judah, chapter 8 and verse 8, and it reads, and there was none that gave her an ill word, for she feared the Most High greatly. Right? Judah feared the Most High greatly. And what came from Judah fearing the Most High greatly? Right? Let's go to the book of Judah. Right? Chapter 16 and verse 23. But she increased more and more in honor and waxed old in her husband's house, being 105 years old, and made her maid free. So she died in Bethuel, and they buried her in the cave and her husband of Manasseh. Right? The point is, right, that she literally increased more and more due to her fear, man. Her fear was used ultimately to save Israel in a time when they could have been put into captivity, man. Right? All through her fear of the Most High. Right? A lot of women, they worry so much, about the outer appearance versus the inside of them. They don't take the time to really say, hey, and men do too. Men be worried about the waves, kind of brushing their hair all day long, worried about earrings and diamonds and all kind of things like that. Right? You got Jake in the truth with 6 chains around his damn neck, man. 6 damn chains around his neck, man. But his spirit ain't right. Right? He don't really fear the Lord. Right? He's still doing things to be seen. The Lord is not caring about you being seen, man. The Lord is caring about that inner man inside of you and how that inner man inside of you is operating, man. Right? So women, that care all about these outer appearance, men that care about these outer appearance, that's nothing to the Lord, man. Let me get this in the book of Proverbs, 31 and verse 30. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. Spending all the time on the makeup, right? Spending all the time on the hair, right? spend all the time on all these various different things, right? Beauty is vain, meaning empty. But a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised, man. So, you got to be praying continually, asking the Lord to give you that fear for him, man. A woman that feareth the Most High, it says she shall be praised continually. Let me get this in the book of Psalms, right? The book of Psalms, chapter 128 and verse 1. Blessed is every one that feareth the Most High, that walk in his ways, man. So when you fear the Most High, you do what? You walk in the ways of the Most High, man. And this is blessed. So those that fear the Most High, you're going to be blessed by the Most High, man. Right? This is the book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 35. But in every nation, talking about all the Israelites in every nation scattered across the four corners of the earth, but in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him, man. Right? So literally, man, if you fear the Lord and worketh righteousness, you're accepted with the Lord. Right? This is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse number 26. And it said, men and brethren, children of the stock of Abraham, whosoever among you feareth the Most High, to you is the word of this salvation sent. So what? The word of salvation is only sent to those that fear the Most High, man. There's no way around it. There's no if, there's no ands, there's no maybes, there's no buts, man. Right? Let me get this in Sirach. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse number 27. A wise man will fear in everything. Right? Brothers got to really check their spirit on this matter right here, man. Brothers be trying to teeter the line and say, well, maybe, brother, if it's a maybe, you probably shouldn't do it. If you fear in everything, man, everything there is, be like, I ain't gonna fool with it. It's kind of like you walk by an electrical fence, and you like, do they got it turned on today, or is it off? It says, it's not on all the time. Would you touch that gate? No. That's like playing with sin. That's like playing with the fear of the Lord. You're gonna touch that damn gate and get electrocuted, man. If you don't truly fear the Lord, if you don't fear in everything as a wise man or a wise woman, right? You're gonna get electrocuted, man. You're gonna be out of there, man. Right? That's why you got to pray to increase that fear, man, because these little things, right? There's a lot of things that when I came into the truth, I thought was still okay. Kind of dabbling in and playing with. And as I increased in fear, I'm like, nah, I ain't fooling with that. I ain't doing that. Hell no. Right? So it says what? A wise man will fear in everything. And in the day of sinning, he will beware of an offense. But a fool will not observe time, man. A damn fool is still making an excuse. A damn fool is still say, I feel like I can do this. Well, maybe this. Well, brother, sister, it shouldn't be maybe this or maybe that, man. There is no maybe this dealing with the Lord. It is what it is. And you got to kind of deal with it. Right? Don't be this guy, man. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 32 and verse 16. They that fear the Most High shall find judgment and shall kindle justice as a light. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. So no matter what, a sinful man can't observe the time. He can't observe that he's in a situation that's literally could be sin. He can literally be offending. Right? And in a time of a thought that you could possibly be offending the Lord, you should be scared to death. Say, I'm not going to do it, man. And if you're not, it's okay. We're raised in a place where we don't know the fear of the Lord. We're raised in a place where we're taught the Lord is all loving. So what do we have to do? We got to pray for the Lord to increase our fear with sincerity, man. Right? And with that, I'm going to let brothers get their closing precepts because we got to close out early due to Pentecost, man.
Con. All right, I'm gonna jump into the book of Proverbs 15 and verse 16. It says, "Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith." Now I say that because a lot of to put the Most High God on the back burner because they trying to get it. They trying to get to the bag. They trying to get this bread, whatever. However you phrase it, wherever you from. But the thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, your treasure should not be things of this world, any type of gain. The only treasure that you should have should be with the Most High or this wisdom, like it brought out in Proverbs 2. Let me grab something else real quick on what really matters to the Most High as far as treasure. Let me see. Salak. Go to the book of Isaiah. 33 and 6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." That's the real treasure. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we should be seeking to fully please the Most High. Like I said, we gotta store up our treasures up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Not on this earth. So again, with that Proverbs 15, like it says, better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Right? All right, let me go somewhere else real quick. Just grab two more since we're wrapping it up. This is Sirach 21 and 11. And it's just low key reiterating because every time it talks about the fear of the Lord, it's always talking about obedience in one way or another. Sirach 21 and 11. It says, "He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof, and the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom." Right, and of course, the wisdom will have to come from the Most High God, right? Because what does it say? There is one wise and greatly to be feared, the Lord sitting up on the throne. All your wisdom will have to come from the Most High God. I mean, that's pretty plain. But then, you know what? You got it, Potter. You got it, Potter. Because I was gonna keep going.
Con, I got you, King. Right? I'm gonna I'm gonna get this right here, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 64, verse 6. "But we are all as unclean things, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. And we do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away, man." Hey, stop thinking that you've done enough, man. Stop thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that you have wisdom. You don't have to fear them, right? Stop being, you know what I'm saying, considerate, man. Right? Do everything we do now that we're in this truth, now that we're in the faith, we got to think even more, man. Because now we've become an ambassador of Yahweh, right? Hey, people look at us and they say, "Oh, look, that's a man of the Lord. That's a woman of the Lord. That's a child of the Most High God, man." If we telling everybody we're kings, we're princes, right? The women, they're queens, they're princesses, man. We got to live to that standard, man. Especially if we want to see salvation, man. Right? So make sure that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you are, wherever you are, man, all Israelites, man, that we try our best to fear the Lord in each and everything that we do, man. Right? And this is my last precept, man. And then I'm going to let it go. Right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 86 and verse 11. And it reads, "Teach me thy ways, O Yahweh. I will walk in thy truth. Unite my heart to unite my heart to fear thy name." Right? So we got to unite our hearts with the fear of the Most High God, man. And there's no other. If David prayed this prayer to the Most High God and asked the Lord to do it, who say more you, man? And we know for sure that the Most High God loved David, man. That he protected David all of his life, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So if you want that same protection, you want that same love, that same care, man, is be wise to walk in the ways of our forefathers and our foremothers, man. Right? And I'm gonna just name some people for us to go to look at, man. You got King David, right? You got Yahushua, right? You got Isaiah, Jeremiah, right? Ezekiel. Ezekiel went through a lot of hardships, man. You also got Susanna, right? Judith, Esther, right? These women, they went through the same hardships as well, but even more on a level, man. Right? So we all got things, all got people we can look up to, people we can aspire to be like, man. But ultimately, man, we ain't gonna get that way unless you fear the Most High God genuinely and you're sincere, man, with serving the Lord. Right? I'm gonna leave it right there.
Lord willing, somebody was edified or will be edified in the coming days, right? Lord willing, Israel, y'all have a mighty feast of Pentecost if y'all keeping it with the same calendar as us, right? We'll be at Discovery Green, 2 p.m., right? Come out, fellowship, hear the words of the Most High, right? Shabbat Shalom. Kwame Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, family.